Welcome back, peeps, to Let's Play Kathy Rain with me, Pixie Poison. So, in the last video, we were all about the 90s hacker wizardry because Eileen put us in touch with her friend Hacker Dave, who hooked us up with some sweet software, and we were able to get lots of interesting information from that. And we also managed to get Erica Wade, Charles Wade's daughter, to tell us where he is and tell us everything about what happened to him. So we're now going to go visit him because he is at the clinic in town. So let's go.
Alright, I'm off. Peace outie. Okie dokie. Good luck and see you later.
Bye. Alright, we're going to go to that clinic because we got to get in there and we got to talk to him. But luckily, we do have lots of locations here now. We have the clinic, we have the church, because that showed up in one of the photos, or at least the symbol did. And that red flower right there is at the nature reserve. But we will go to the clinic first, I think, because that's where the most important stuff is. Ooh. Hey there, again. At least you're out of jail, but you kind of skirting through bins? Why? What gives? Come on.
We meet again, Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of, and totally untrue.
So, what's up with the trash can? Digging for treasure?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch. By the way, you owe me $10.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my balls here.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold. Like a stake through the heart.
What do they call you anyway?
Goober. Everyone calls me Goober.
Alright, I'm Kathy.
Pleasure to meet you.
Okay. So yeah, what gives? These hard times you've fallen on. What's happened here, Goober?
So, what's your story anyway?
My story?
Yeah, don't all bums have a story?
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my showbiz career.
Is that so? I don't recognize you at all.
I used to have more hair.
That I actually believe.
Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my stage name. Surely you must have heard of me.
Not really, no.
Oh, come on. I have starred in dozens of Hollywood movies. The Silence of the Lambert, Jacob's Bladder, The Usual Surprises, Natural Bald Killers.
Not ringing any bells.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality cinema. Breaks my heart.
Okay. This showbiz career.
So, tell me about this acting career of yours.
What about it?
Any of them.
Tell me about The Silence of Lambert.
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turns mute overnight. For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a self-invented sign language, only to realize that true love needs no communication at all. He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes and clean. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez. Based on a true story.
Love it. Love everything about it. Jacob's Bladder.
I'm not sure I want to know what Jacob's Bladder is about, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb, a schizophrenic man who forms an imaginary romantic relationship with his bladder. During long and joyful monologues on the can, he starts referring to his nether regions by the name of Jenny. Sadly, before Jacob has a chance to elope with his sweetheart, he gets committed to an asylum due to increasingly erratic behavior. After a big fight with his paramour, Jacob refuses to pee for a week, and he dies from a ruptured bladder.
Yep, wish I'd never asked. Okay, the usual surprises. What surprises are usual in this scenario?
Give me the rundown on The Usual Surprises.
A lighthearted comedy taking place during the surprise birthday party of 34-year-old Sid McBacon. The story is told from 8 different perspectives to keep the audience guessing who the protagonist actually is. The movie ends with the biggest surprise of them all. Sid suddenly dies of an epileptic seizure. I guess it's more of a dark comedy.
Yeah, why are there always deaths at the end?
Why do you always die at the end of your movies?
Typecasting.
So basically what he's saying is he's secretly Sean Bean, and that's why he's always dying. Okay, we haven't asked him about natural bald killers. Perchance it's about a bunch of killers who may be lacking hair.
Natural bald killers?
It's a dystopian vision of the future where people are valued by the quality of their hair.
Ah.
The protagonist, Eddie Zephyr, turns bald in high school. One day, he has simply had enough of all the teasing and the bullying, and he completely snaps and heads out on a scalping spree in search of the perfect head of hair. Eddie makes his way to Mexico for an illegal hair transplant. However, he has an adverse reaction to the anesthesia and he dies on the operating table.
Of course he does, yeah. Alright.
Oh, never mind.
Not the cultured type. I understand.
Hey, excuse me. I am extremely cultured, I think you'll find. Right. Well, there's no point consulting the notes because you won't know anything about who's inside. So,
Okay.
we're going to go and look inside.
Bye.
Let's go and have a cheeky look.
A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year.
Anything good on the notice board?
I can't read it from here.
Damn. Well, we'll have a look if we get closer. Hi there.
Excuse me, nurse?
Hello.
Hey, nurse! Yeah?
Oi.
They don't pay you much, huh?
No shit. What do you want?
I'm here to see Charles Wade.
Never heard of him. Anything else?
Excuse me.
Bullshit. I know he's here. Listen, it's okay. I'm a friend of the family.
No, you're not, and I said he's not here. Don't make me call security.
What a bitch. I need to get rid of her somehow.
Yeah, you literally took the words out of my mouth. Jeez. Okay. Ooh, magazines.
No thanks. Women's magazines make my brain melt.
Me too, dear. Me too. Alright, well, since we have someone who is, even a willing distraction outside, let's see if Goober can distract her with a performance, huh? Hey.
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi.
Doofus. Hey.
So, how good an actor are you?
The best. The very best.
Okay.
You know, that nurse in there, she said she loved you in all those movies, and that she always wished you'd give her a live performance.
I knew it. She always gave me these strange looks. I thought it was contempt, but her face must just be cramping up from shyness.
Yeah, that's definitely it. She'd love to see you act, I'm sure.
I'm gonna have to oblige. Which movie do you think she'd like the best?
Okay. Okay. Well, actually, if you're interested in achievements, you can actually get one here. So basically, if you keep sending him in to do each one of these, you can get an achievement for him doing all 4 monologues, basically. But the only one we really want is this one, the usual surprises, because remember, the dude dies of an epileptic seizure. Now, I know what you're thinking, we're not going to murder anybody, but this monologue's going to get a little bit interesting.
How about the usual surprises?
Business as usual.
Not quite. Not quite.
I can't believe you guys did all this for me.
Okay.
Oh, what's the smell? Bacon? Sorry, my head hurts. I'm seizing. Thank you. You've been a great audience.
There you go.
He's seizing!
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's teasing. Wanna actually do your job? There you go.
Man, I feel like a total jackass. I'll have to make it up to the poor guy later.
Mm-hmm. But now we can actually get a good look.
Employee of the month, Carlita Mendez. What a joke. It's that obnoxious nurse.
Unbelievable. Right, let's have a nosy at her computer. Let's see what we got here. Oh. Aha! Well, luckily, we still have some cheeky software to do something about that, don't we? Yeah. Our little boot disk from Hacker Dave. There we go. Nice. Let's get this login info, shall we? Yes. Password. What is it? C. Mendez and Autor Gator. Nice. Alright. Sweet. Okay then. Okay. So, C. Mendez. Oops, I can't spell. C. Mendez and Autor Gator. There you go. Okay, Charles Wade. That's who we want to look for. Where is he? Let's see now. Yeah. Okay, nice. Patient has undergone successful invasive heart surgery and was transferred to the facility's own request. Initial prognosis looks good and the patient is likely to full recovery. Awesome. Well, that means he'll be up for talking then. So his room is 6B. Right. We'll have to go find that then. We'll have to go find that and have a cheeky talk with him, won't we? Alright. Let's go find him. Right. Hey there.
It's all right, Claude. Understood, sir.
Hey.
So, you managed to find me.
I did.
Well, let's get this over with then. How do you want your pictures? Shall I get some tubes to fill my face with? Will that suffice for your front page?
I'm no journalist. Well, not yet anyway.
Ah, she's but a cub. So, you're hoping for your big break. Surely this must be worth an internship at one of the big papers. Do you want me to call Thompson at the Times and get it over with? I still play golf with him every once in a while.
Dude. Stop. Nah, I don't need to piggyback on favors.
I don't need to piggyback on favors. I make my own way.
A stance I can respect. Very well, you have piqued my curiosity. Who are you?
I'm Kathy Rain. Joseph was my grandfather.
Now I remember. You were at the funeral.
Yeah.
I was.
You were late.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, it's not like Grandpa was going anywhere.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her veins.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
Well, where do we start, man? Let's run through it all. What happened in 81?
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in 81?
I wish I did, Kathy. You must know I did everything in my power to help. How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment? MRIs, neurologists, say what you will about Joseph. But he was never rich.
Strange. Grandma never mentioned that to me.
She's just too proud. At first she refused. She was convinced that I had an agenda, that there were strings attached.
And were there?
Don't be silly. Despite all that had happened, I still loved Joseph dearly. I wanted to help. People from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust in the rich, passed on for generations. In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? I left the diagnosis to the professionals. Mrs. Rain accepted the healthcare, but asked me to stay out of everything else. So I did.
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
Joseph was the best friend I ever had. We grew up together, married our high school sweethearts together, went to war together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice, but he came up ahead, no doubt.
So, when did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon Evans happened.
Uh-oh.
My parents?
Yes. They ruined everything with their vile, destructive behavior. I couldn't have that around my daughter or my newborn grandson. Joseph was naive. He believed that anyone could be helped, that anyone could be reasoned with, given a chance. He was just too good, bless him. He should have been harder on Brian, more strict.
It's kind of a tricky situation, isn't it? Alright, if we agree with him, will it get him to open up a bit more?
I wouldn't mind teaching my old man some manners myself, wherever he is.
Yes, of course. You must understand this better than anyone. People like your father simply cannot grasp how far their bad influence spreads. So our families started drifting apart. Eventually, my company grew much too large for this little town, and we moved on. Not long after that, your grandfather ended up in that wheelchair. That marked the end of our friendship, for obvious reasons.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, Cocky. He's that.
Do you recognize the call sign Cocky?
Would be strange if I didn't, since I was the one who coined it. It
Ah.
belongs to a fellow named Jimmy Cochran. He was a coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a bad joke.
Perfect. Thanks.
Cool. Alright. Who was he then?
Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense, he's been held in a mental institution for years.
Oof.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Huh.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
Yeah. Yes, we do, quite intimately. Yeah, go on. No reason to lie.
I do. My mother is in there. Sharon Evans? I had her committed about a year ago.
I see. It must have taken a lot of courage to do that, Kathy. Mothers have a lot of power over us. More than most of us care to admit.
I guess so. Do you know why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated with circles and started hurting himself, trying to scratch the circles out of his head.
Creepy.
Circles.
I wonder what set him off. I think I'll check the place out tomorrow. Too late to head back to the city now.
Interesting. Circles. Those were the symbols of the church, weren't they? The plot thickens. Yeah, Lily. You bought her pictures. Why?
You bought a number of paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended. Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively. When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
Theft?
There was a burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
Well, shit.
Eloquently put.
Okay.
Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Fairly clumsy job. Lots of broken windows. The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso, untouched. But every single painting by an unknown local artist, gone.
That can't be a coincidence.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
Ugh.
Some stunning police work right there.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he could make out multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime, but nothing more than that.
A single witness,
I
you
take
say?
it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you everything you need.
That'd be great. Thanks, Charles.
Anytime. But I'm curious, what's your interest in the paintings?
I've learned that my grandfather went to Sue and asked to see them, right before he had his injury.
Is that so? Strange.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, this church where the three circles are the symbols. Know anything about that?
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. And I always leave early.
Fair enough. Okay. Oh yeah, the photo. I could show him the photo.
Do you recognize this, Charles?
Of course. Your grandfather, me, Jimmy Cochran, taken shortly before we went to the war.
You guys look like you just won the lottery or something.
Indeed. We were mere children, with no concept of what we were getting into.
Okay. Yeah. Wonder if he notices that picture.
What do you see in this picture, Charles?
Fireflies would be my best guess. They can grow terribly large around these parts.
Fireflies. Okie dokie. Alright, I think that's about all we're going to get out of Charles. And bless, he is recovering from heart surgery, so best to let him get his beauty rest.
Thanks, Charles. That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back anytime.
Might just take you up on that. Right. We said the sheriff might be able to help us some more. So, why don't we go and pay him a cheeky little visit and see what he can tell us? Because who knows, he might actually have some info for us. He might actually be able to give us something useful. I mean, it's a long shot, but you never know. Oh, can I not exit that way? Okay. Try the other way then. Yeah, I hope Goober's okay. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Okay. Sheriff's station. What have you got for us, Sheriff? Let's go see. Hey there.
Hello, Sheriff. Mind if I ask you a few more questions?
If you must.
I must. I absolutely must.
Do you know anything about the art theft in the Wade estate?
Yes, Mr. Wade phoned ahead about that. Lenny!
Yes, boss.
Get the report from the burglary in the Wade estate back in '86.
On it, boss.
Thank you. Thank you very
There
much.
you go, Kathy.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, nice. Alright, let's have a look. Let's have a cheeky little look. Let's see. 1:12 a.m. Alarm in the Wayne estate is triggered. House is empty. Neighbours contacted law enforcement. Officers arrive at the scene. Several broken windows. Sweep of the estate reveals no trace of the perpetrator. Whoa. A single witness identified as Franklin Goldfarb. Sounds awfully similar to a stage name I heard of, yeah? Don't you? Yeah. So, it seems like our good old friend Goober is a witness to this. So, I think we may have to go find him, mightn't we? Yes. Yes. So we might. Alright. Yes, made an official statement. An excess of $15,000. Said the art in question has not yet popped up in any circles that are known to deal with stolen goods. Interesting. So they didn't sell the paintings, whoever they were. Looks like they kept them. Interesting.
I gotta find this Goldfarb guy. Maybe he knows more about the burglary.
Oh, so Kathy doesn't know who he is. But, yeah, we do. But, tell you what, we haven't been back to Grandma's for a while, so let's go and pay Grandma a visit. I think she'd like to know what we've been up to. Hey. Let's go pay her a cheeky little visit and update her on all our discoveries. Because I think she'd like to know that we've been to see Charles as well.
Oh, hello, dear. Glad to see you again so soon.
Hi, Grandma. I just thought I'd drop by.
Sure, hon. Stay as long as you'd like.
Well, alright then. Let's pull up a pew and sit with Grandma.
Mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear. What's on your mind?
Well, I got lots of things to talk about with you.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is? He was a friend of Grandpa's.
I believe he teaches at the flight school these days.
I don't think so, at least not anymore. I was told he was placed in a mental facility.
Ooh.
Really? He always struck me as a kind man. Maybe a bit nervous and on edge, but not crazy.
There's more. I found out that Jimmy asked Grandpa for help not long before Grandpa ended up in that wheelchair. Jimmy sounded really desperate. I'm sure what happened to Grandpa that night had something to do with his cry for help.
You should go find the man, and surely he must know something.
That's the plan. I just wondered if there's anything else you think I should know about him.
Not really. We haven't stayed in touch since Joseph was injured. I know that he had a wife, Agatha, and a son, James. Agatha passed away from cancer years ago, but as far as I know, James still lives in the city with his family.
Okay, thanks, Grandma.
Okay, so potentially somebody else we can talk to. Yeah, the art theft.
I don't see a reason to ask her about that.
Or not? Okay. Franklin Goldfarb. Ring any bells, Grandma?
Does the name Franklin Goldfarb mean anything to you?
Oh, that poor man. He used to be an upstanding citizen, you know. Now he's constantly drinking and keeps babbling on about that imaginary acting career of his.
Sad thing. Do you know where I can find him?
He's homeless, dear. Lost his job a few years ago and never really got back on his feet.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Thanks, Grandma.
Yep.
Looks like I'm gonna have to have a chat with Goober.
Indeed, but we already knew that, didn't we? Alright.
I don't see a reason to ask her about that.
I didn't think you would. I'm just literally crossing it off the list. Alright, we know what we have to do.
Well, gotta go, Grams. Talk to you later.
Bye, Kathy.
Sorry we're heading out so soon, but we will leave it here for now, peeps, but we will go out in search of the mysterious Goober, our ever so enigmatic witness to the art theft, in the next video, so see you there, peeps.